Someone did come. It was springtime. It was raining. There were dogwood blossoms on the floor of Lucius Clark's shop. She was a small girl, maybe 5 years old, and while her mother struggled to close a blue umbrella, the little girl walked around the store, stopping and staring solemnly at each doll and then moving on. When she came to Edward, she stood in front of him for what seemed like a long time. She looked at him and he looked back at her. "Someone will come," Edward said. "Someone will come for me." The girl smiled and then she stood on the tiptoes and took Edward off the shelf. She cradled him in her arms. She held him in the same ferocious, tender way Sarah Ruth had held him. "Oh," thought Edward, "I remember this." "Madame," said Lucius Clark, "could you please attend to your daughter? She is holding a very fragile, very precious, quite expensive doll." "Maggie," said the woman. She looked up from the still open umbrella. "What have you got?" "A rabbit," said Maggie. "A what?" said the mother. "A rabbit," said Maggie again. "I want him." "Remember, we are not buying anything today. We are looking only," said the woman. "Madame," said Lucius Clark, "please." The woman came and stood over Maggie. She looked down at Edward. The rabbit felt dizzy. He wondered for a minute if his head had cracked open again, if he was dreaming. "Look, Mama," said Maggie. "Look at him." "I see him," said the woman. She dropped the umbrella. She put her hand on the locket and that hung around her neck. And Edward saw that it was not a locket at all. It was a watch, a pocket watch. It was his watch. "Edward?" said Evelyn. "Yes," said Edward. "Edward," she said again, certain this time. "Yes," said Edward. "Yes, yes, yes. It's me." 네, 저 다 읽어봤고요. 상당히 끝부분에 감동이 있어서 거의 눈물이 이렇게 나올 뻔했고요. 저는 이제 여기서 다 많이 말씀해 주셔가지고 나눌 부분은 여기서 좀 저도 많이 그렇게 하는데 오늘은 아무것도 안 사고 그냥 보기만 한다. 이 부분에서 조금 재밌다고 느꼈어요. Remember, we are not buying anything today. We are just looking only. 제가 이제 애들 데리고 가면은 이렇게 말하기도 하거든요. 오늘은 아무것도 안 사고 보기만 한다. 근데 이렇게 말하기도 하는데 저는 이것보다는 딱 하나만 사라. 딱 하나만 사라. 이렇게 하는 것 같아요. 어디 데려갔을 때. 그래서 이제 2개, 3개를 막 골라 놓으면은 자, 다 빼고 딱 하나만 골라라. 그래서 이 부분이 생각이 났고요. 그리고 Someone did come. It was springtime. It was raining. There were dogwood blossoms on the floor of Lucius Clark's shop. She was a small girl, maybe 5 years old, and while her mother struggled to close a blue umbrella, the little girl walked around the store, stopping and staring solemnly at each doll and